Since I somehow survived 100 days in ARK, now it's time to survive 200 days. We're back on island on day 100, and I just gotten out of the beta mega monkey fight. Bruh. Well, that's a great way to start off this 100 days. I then flew back home. When I arrived at my base, I placed my boss flag that I had received from killing the monkey. This shows that I am indeed an alpha male. I then gathered some trank arrows to tame an Ankylo, because if you don't remember, mine died. No! By the end of the night, I had a cool looking level 44 taming. On day 101, the Ankylo finished taming, I cryopotted it and then took it back to my base. After saddling the Ankylo, I took it out to go farming. Is that a beaver? That's a beaver! After spotting this beaver, I knew I had to tame it because they were quite good at farming wood. I then trapped it in my base, knocked it out, and then everything else was put on hold because beavers take so long to tame and they work up very fast. My beaver tamed and I gave it a very fitting name. I then crafted a beaver saddle and hatched some Rexies to get a new male breeder. And the beaver was a pretty good investment. Oh! That is nice. I then went out to actually farm metal now because I needed quite a lot of resources if I wanted a tech replicator, which I do. Day 103, and I also farmed polymer because a replicator takes quite a lot of it to craft. Why is it so expensive? And to finish off the day, I farmed a lot of cementing paste in the swamp cave. Oh my god! Wanna know why? Because replicators are expensive ass. Day 104 and disappointment struck again, but it wasn't disappointing when I saw a level 112 female pteranodon, and its stats came out pretty decent when I tamed it. I then just flew around for the rest of the day. Why? I don't really know. I forget. I then crafted polymer. Replicators are expensive ass. The next day I found a very good level megalodon, something that would be a lot better in swimming around in the ocean than this itchy trash. I then made some dino gates to easily trap it. Hey bro. What? Okay, there's no way you can get out of that. But by the end of the day, the shark was mine. Day 106, and it was time to do some ocean exploring. Oh my god, what is that? I was in search of things called Euryptopedes. I don't really know how to pronounce them. They're underwater scorpions. But they do a ton of torpor, and they give black pearls. And I need black pearls to tame a Tuso, otherwise known as a big squid, and I need them to craft a replicator. Why are they so expensive? I also found a good level male pteranodon that I tamed, so now we have a good breeding pair. After taming the bitchy, I returned to the ocean and found some more sea scorpions, but the black pearls they gave were pretty underwhelming. I collected some silica pearls for future use while my megalodon was gaining health in a pearl cave. After a little while longer, I emerged out of the depths and realized my pteranodon will not be able to hold me because black pearls weigh a lot. Like, why? Why do they lay so much? I spent the rest of the day running home. Day 108, I hatched some Rexes. I then became under attack. I then spent the rest of the day crafting gunpowder. Day 109 and most of the day was spent underwater. I killed some sea scorpions and managed to find a way into the easy underwater cave. I only had one near-death experience and got a pretty decent drop. And then the rest of the day was spent flying home. Day 110, I crafted more ammo for my weapons and spent most of the day just doing some base work. But as night fell, I decided it was time to return to the sea in search of more black pearls. No! Today, I reflected on my life decisions. But luckily, I found a good red drop. Oh my god, that is hot. That is so very hot. After looting it, I went back to check on the megalodon and realized that it's gonna be asleep for a long time. But I decided to start delivering some of the resources needed to craft a replicator to the obelisk. And at the end of the day, I was on my way back to the shark. Day 112 and my megalodon woke up and I spent the whole day in the ocean. The ocean is getting to be a very common theme in this video. Today we're back in the ocean and I was feeling pretty ballsy, so I decided to fight a low-level squid. They drop black pearls, but I did not know that at the time, so I was just really fighting it to once again prove that I am an alpha male. No! Whoop it! Get a megalodon! It's buddy, We're clapping it. Please grab me. Please grab me. Easy clap. but I got enough black pearls from the sea scorpion, so I crafted a tech replicator on the way back to my base. Alright. We have enough. God. All of that grinding. Simple structure. I forgot how chunky these things were too. Oh my god, it's huge. Look at that. And then the rest of the day I spent hatching babies. Day 114, and I decided I needed a better Megatherium line. So I decided to go in through the pain of flying around the whole map in search of decent level. I spent the whole day flying around. I never found any good levels though. The next day I found a level 96 Megatherium, and it was worth taming to me. I spent the whole day just trapping it and shrinking it out. Day 116, and the giant sloth looking boy was mine. I then flew home and was brutally attacked. No! I love Trudons. Day 117, I decided to take on a project that was quite daunting. I wanted to surround my base with dino gates on all 3 sides, so our dinos could not get into my base and kill my tames. So the whole day was spent making expensive gates, and I was nowhere near close enough. Why are they so expensive? Day 118, I started with a red drop and a yellow drop. When I got back to my base, I did more farming, crafted gates, and then placed them. That cycle repeated for the rest of the day. The next day was very similar to day 118. I did some more farming and crafting, but this time it was going to be for a base expansion. I wanted a closed-in area to breeze and raise babies, so I decided to make one. I spent the whole day just placing pillars and ceilings because farming takes a long time in this game. Day 120 was just more building, but I managed to finish around half of it before I decided to move some dinos into it. I then lined them up and then bred some of them by the end of the day. Day 121, I placed some railings along the breeding area and made it some Megatherium. How do I keep getting leeched? Sometimes I hate living in the swamp, but sometimes high-level tames just deliver themselves to your base. Why is this in... This time, I am not complaining. I also hatched more Rexes, and I got a melee mutation since the last time, so I wanted to raise a new batch before I fought the bosses again, just to give me a slight edge, in hopes that I would not die. So I just spent the rest of the day raising Rexes. Today I flew out to the blue obelisk to collect the bad Rexes for them to be replaced. I needed their saddles and cryopods. When I got back to base, the sun was already setting since I had just traveled across the map and back. I then just threw out the bad Rexes and raised more babies through the night. Day 123, I started the day with some base work. I then took a boss Rex out to level it up, and since my XP multiplier isn't that high, I kinda leveled it for the whole day. Today I farmed. If you watched my first 100 days, you would have seen that I got a really good Megatherium saddle blueprint. Well, the Alpha Broodmother absolutely terrifies me, so I want my Megatheriums to be very strong in the fight. So I need strong saddles, but the saddle blueprint is very expensive, so I farmed a bunch of hide and fiber, but I had nowhere near enough hide. I then went on a metal run, because for some reason the saddles require metal, and since it's a Mastercraft blueprint, it costs 635 ingots per saddle. I then got a very good simple pistol from a drop. Later, I made more scuba and set out for the swamp cave for cementing paste. Day 125, I made my way home from the swamp cave with a bunch of cementing paste for the Megatherium saddles. When I arrived back to my base, I remembered about the level 96 orange Giga I saw at the top of the Snellium Mountain in the previous 100 days. So I spent the rest of the day making a bunch of tranks, narcotics, and dino gates. I didn't want to mess this tame up like I did the last Giga. I spent 2 full days putting arrows into him, but he never fell asleep. I even put 50 extra arrows into him. He never fell asleep. Dodo Dex, you lied. And the next 3 days were spent taming the Giga, and it all went to plan this time. Please don't bite me. Its bite range is like behind it too. Why doesn't stuff just go to sleep in my world? This Giga better still be in the trap. Mega place, bro. What? It just... Hey! Do you really want these nuts on your chin? Walk in the trap. In the trap! In the trap! Stop biting! Yes, okay, it's in. I nearly killed my RG. Oh, it already broke! Ah! Is it in? It's not in. But finally, on day 129... No! The rest of the morning was spent stressfully keeping it asleep while feeding it, but I eventually named it Tangerino. Yes! When I got home, I crafted it a saddle and took it for a spin. And the rest of the day was spent doing base work. Day 130, and I was pretty tired from being outside of my base, so I spent the whole day just taking care of babies. And now that I had some more boss rexes going, I wanted to get the tributes for the alpha monkey. But that's exactly what I did today. I first got the artifact of the pack, which was quite easy now that I know how to do it. Then I got the artifact of the devourer, which was also easy, so I was on a rex. Wait. For the first half of day 132, I spent importing rexes, because for some reason, they all wanted kibble. But for the second half, I was out collecting tributes, such as Dilaclaws and Argy-Talons. Day 133, and it started with, you guessed it, base work. Until I had some Pteranodons, and then killed them because they were bad. Then I killed more Thylos for their claws. Oh my god, there's two! And that's all I did today. I know, pretty underwhelming. Day 134, and I actually found a high-level Thylo. I thought it could be pretty good for bringing in the caves, so I wanted to tame it. And it looks pretty dope. So I quickly made a basic trap to easily tame it, since we know what they can do if they get on a tree. It knocked out pretty easily. I then flew back to base to make its saddle, and it's one of the weirder tames. It would rather have cooked meat than raw. And did it tame during the night? I saddled it up, and then went out to kill. I spent most of the day just killing stuff with the Thylo, because it's really fun to ride around on. That's what she said. And the rest of the day I just been flying around killing Spinos, since I need their sails for the tributes for the boss fight. Day 136, I spent the whole day clearing out the swamp cave to level up one of my boss Megatheriums, and I got the artifact of the immune. The next day, it was more tribute hunting. I killed Theries alongside Spinos today. I also came across a tech Quetzal that I thought I was making a big brain play to tame. What? Why did it break the grapple? Okay, we'll come back later for that. The rest of the day was just spent gathering more tributes. Day 138, and I decided it was time to take my Thylacoleo to a cave. I was gonna take it to the Cave of the Hunter. I needed the artifact for the Broodmother boss, but I also heard Megalania spawn there, and I need their venom for the monkey boss. But I didn't even know they came in green. Why is there no Megalanias? It's the one thing I came here for. What is that? Oh my god! Why? Why? I spent most of the day just exploring the cave, but when I returned back to my area, I went back to my duties of raising the younglings and upgrading the boss rexes. Day 139 was spent leveling a rex and a Megatherium. Yay. Day 140, I learned that if you drink a Megalania out and take its venom out, it'll have more when it wakes up. So I proceeded to knock one Megalania out twice and then kill it for its venom. It's asleep. Is it gonna drown? Yeah, it's drowning. Well, it works. This one's gonna die. And since I had to wait for it to wake up twice, the whole day was spent in the swamp cave. Day 141 was another normal day, starting with the hatching of a lot of younglings. I then took out another rex for more leveling. I also managed to find a max level Pteranodon fairly close to my base, which I tamed. And then I spent the rest of the day just mindlessly wandering around my base, not knowing what to do. The next day, I decided if I was gonna beat the game on the island, I needed to fix up my base a little bit. So I put a roof on the main area of my base on day 142. And then at night, I made my way to the blue obelisk to throw out the rexes for them to have a little time to wake up before I fight it. It probably wouldn't be that smart of me to bring sleeping rexes into the boss fight. And the next few days weren't that interesting, so I'll sum it up for you real quick. Raise babies, build gates, and run the swamp cave. And then stupidly go for a yellow drop. Oh! Get him, Squishy! Day 146, and it was time to go back underwater. But not for the easy underwater cave or for black pearls. We're going to the hard underwater cave. Shouldn't this be fun? You see, I get why it's called hard underwater now. Oh! Please! Just dodge the jellyfish. Oh, there's a Duso! Why is there a Duso? I don't even know what's in this cave. Oh, it's after me. It found me. There's a mosasaur. How do I get up there? I can't. Please stop. Make it stop. Why? Why must this game be like this? What level are you? Level 148. I thought the max was level 120 here. He looks pretty stuck to me. Just don't move. We can be civil about this. Gonna get a lot more gates. There's so many jellyfish, why? And then went back to my base and later returned with more trank arrows. Oh, is it out? I think it's out. Yeah, it's out. Oh, jellyfish, no! I then killed some racers for their prime meat for the Moza. The Moza was gonna take a long time to tame, so I went back down to the hard underwater cave for some reason. No! Yeah, nope, I'm not going back there for a while. The next day, I once again reflected on my life decisions. I just spent all that time trying to tame it. All those tranks, all the resources for the saddle, and I can't tame it. And once again, don't I have an unholy amount of hours on this game? Shouldn't I know this? But I have to keep moving. I decided I needed more defense on my base just in my gates. So I wanted to place Plant X, which works as turrets on the walls around my base. So the rest of the day I just spent placing crop plots and building the walls around my base. Staying on the theme of getting Plant X, I needed fertilizer to grow them. So it was back off to the hunter cave to tame dung beetles, because if you put poop in their inventory and put them on wandering, they will passively make fertilizer. So the whole day was really just spent feeding poop to beetles. Day 150, and now since I had a roof over my main crafting area, I needed a better way to get in. So I started construction on a landing platform that would give me easy access to my industrial forage and my tech replicator. And once again, the whole day was spent on this simple project. The next morning, I finished construction on the landing platform. I even put a roof over it, and I thought it looked pretty nice. I then spent a lot of time imprinting my baby Megatheriums to give them an extra boost in the boss fight, because the broodmother really scares me. And after taking care of the sloth babies, I noticed that some of my Plant X had grown, so I had to get a test subject. Oh my god! Yeah, it got obliterated. And to finish the day, I went out to do a metal run because of these really expensive Megatherium saddles. Day 152, and I arrived back to my base from the metal run as dawn broke. I then spent a little time organizing the now grown-up Megatherium so I could easily go through and see which ones needed leveling. So as per usual, I just then spent the whole day in the swamp cave leveling one up. Bro, we about to... Oh, I'm floating! Day 153, and I did base work. That was it. It takes quite a lot of base work when you have as many tames as I do. It's a new day, and you guessed it, more of our beloved base work. But that's not all. I knew I was nearing the fight of the monkey, so I flew out to the blue obelisk to level up a few more Rexes, and that is just what I did throughout the night. Now, you may be getting a bit bored of this, and so am I. But we got another like 10 days of this. Psych, I lied. I just leveled the Rexes for 2 more days, and then I finally grew a pair and clicked the red monkey. Why is it so fast? Look how fast it is! Ah! Oh my god, look how fast it is. Get it, boys, get it. Come on, boys, come on. Boys and girls. Oh, I saw blood on one. Yes! I think we're gonna kill him. We're gonna get him. We're gonna get him. Let's go, dude! Let's go. With our journey to fighting the Alpha Overseer now 1/3 done, it was time to focus on the next boss, the Brood Mother. So that is exactly what I did on day 158. I flew home and farmed pace. Man, this game can be boring sometimes. The next day, I farmed some more fiber to contribute to the cost of the saddles. And after doing some more base work, I set out for the lava cave to get the next artifact. What is it again? Artifact of Massive. Artifact of the Massive. And it was pretty easy to get. Taming the Thyla was definitely time well spent. The next day I emerged out of the depths out of that hellish cave, just to go back in one later for the next artifact I needed. What was it called again? Artifact of the Clever. Artifact of the Clever. And I'm not very good with remembering these names. But the artifact was also pretty easy to get, since I was on a cracked sloth. After that, I just spent more time tribute hunting, otherwise known as Spinosail hunting. And I hate looking for these things. Wanna know what else I hate? Fruitons. Today I returned home from my tribute hunting adventures just to spend the whole day in the swamp cave, which equals to about 30 minutes in the swamp cave, and I've spent many days in there. I hate the swamp cave. At least day 162 was a little bit better. I was growing impatient and bored again, so I wanted to fight the Brood Mother soon. So I farmed the final resources needed to craft a decent amount of good saddles, and at the end of the day I crafted 11 Mastercraft Megatherium saddles. And then the next 2 days are in this very short clip. Wanna know why? Because I had to walk all of my Megatheriums to the green obelisk, and they get stuck on everything. Day 165, and I flew back out to the blue obelisk to get my Uranus. I figured it would probably help a lot in the Brood Mother fight, but after getting back to my base, I took the Uti to the obelisk, and then I just spent the rest of the day leveling up another Megatherium in the swamp cave. Day 166 was a day for a few last boss preparations, so I didn't do much today except for some base work and healing some dinos. The next day I finally decided to fight the Alpha Brood Mother. Psych! I decided to only fight the Gamma one today just to see how hard it would be. So when I finally built up the courage, I clicked the green spider. Whoa. There he is! Get him, boss! Problem is, like, half of them aren't hitting it. They're too far. Well, we're gonna kill it, but I might lose some. Alright. Nice. None died. You heard it here, folks. I did not get clapped in the boss fight, nor did any of my Megatheriums. So there was nothing left to do except fight the Alpha Brood Mother. I then just spent the rest of the day getting another artifact of the Massive and artifact of the Clever for the Alpha fight. Well, there's no better time like the present, or past, I guess, since I'm editing this video. I gathered all of my trophies to once again summon a Brood Mother. But the Gamma one was pretty easy. How hard could this one be? No, I don't want to be in front. Come on, boys. Oh my god, Tim. It's not dying very fast. It's not the spider. It's the alpha version. The strongest one. Not dying fast at all. Heads. It died. Okay, I gotta focus in here. Not beating this boss. I can't run unless I'm trapped in here with it. Oh my god, another one died. They're all dying. Then another one died. It's only at half health and 5 have died, Sam. I'm stressing. And 6. There's... So I realized this was going to be a very close fight. So after sitting for a while on the pause screen, wondering if I should pull a Zanny Zebra and pull a plug out of my PC to hopefully unsave outside of the boss fight.
What is that? Yeah, you know, I don't actually remember anything regarding that event happening, as the real cave is an easy cave, right? I shut off my PC and returned home.
I decided I would not cheat. I would die a warrior's death. Oh my god, 2 more just died. No, 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 no! Come on, boys. Come on. Attack it! What are you doing? Come on, guys. It's so low. Oh my god. Oh! Dude, the crazy saddle saved me. How many are left? There's 5. 5 left. Yeah, that was a little bit too close for comfort. That was a pretty stressful day, so I just spent the rest of the day doing base work. Day 169.
Nice.
So I now have 2/3 of the bosses done. I have to breed a new line of Rexes because the dragon is super strong and he does a fire breath and it also does a percentage of your max health, so it's better to have a lower health and then higher melee. And also I lowered the mating interval so it'd be easier to get mutations, but since I suck at this game, it didn't matter because I didn't get a single mutation for the rest of 100 days because I do not know how to breed and I physically cannot get any mutations. So I just farmed the rest of the day. Day 170 was another pretty uneventful day. Since I no longer needed the Rexes on the blue obelisk, I flew out there and cryopotted all of them to bring them back home. And that is literally all I did, because travel takes forever in this game. Day 171 and boredom struck once again. So what do you do when you're bored? You go risk your life in an underwater cave. So you guys are probably bored of seeing me just getting chased through caves by now. I'll sum it up for you real quick. I just got a crazy shotgun and once again I nearly died. After exiting the cave, I decided I needed a really strong underwater dino. I wanted a Tuso. So I set out on a quest for a high level one. So day 172 was just spent aimlessly swimming around the ocean and I never found any Tusos. Today was a normal day of construction. I put more walls and Plan X around the circular part of my base, and once again it took all day because of the time-consuming farming and crafting. Day 174, and I wanted to get away from the base work for a little bit, so I thought on what dino I needed. And then I realized my parasaur was not cutting it anymore for the amount of berries I needed, so I set out in search of a high-level Bronto. And by the end of the day, I had a high level knocked out in taming. Day 175, and I spent the whole day waiting for this thing to tame. Even with boosted rates, it took forever to tame, but it was very worth it in the end. Oh my god. For the next 6 days, I spent it all underwater in search of a high-level Tuso. But guess what? I never found any. I just spent 4 hours looking underwater to find nothing. Day 181, and I was still underwater, but I managed to find a max-level Basilo, which I obviously tamed. And after taming it, I continued my search and found a Tuso, but not exactly the one I wanted. Oh lordy, it's an Alpha Tuso. Oh! Stop, 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 stop! I can bite it through the wall and it can't hit me. It's an Alpha Tuso. Well, hopefully it'll stay like this and I can kill it. Oh, it's fighting back now. That's not what I want. It died. You stole the kill from me. I hate you. Oh my god. The next day, I was tired of the ocean, and I saw this video on YouTube on how to make an automatic polymer farm, so I thought that could be pretty interesting. So I built the area needed for it, and then flew out to the snow and tamed a bunch of penguins. But I may have also murdered all the rest of them for fun. The next day was more work. I put the penguins in their spot, hatched and killed more babies, and tamed the moss shop. So now, as I'm editing this, I'm realizing that days 185 and 186 actually just got yeeted and deleted. I have no idea where they are. I have not found them anywhere. So we're on day 187 now. Yay. Day 184, and I spent the whole day just working on the polymer farm. At first I thought the moss shops would just kill the babies, but it doesn't. You have to wait for the penguins to starve to death, and then supposedly the moss shops would eat the dead body. But they would become adults before they would starve, and once the moss shops tried to eat a dead body, it would accidentally hit an adult, and the adults would attack back. Day 187 at the beginning of the day was spent trying to get mutations, but since I messed up the breeding, I physically could not. But I did not know this at the time. But at the end of the day, I did some ocean exploring and found a level 116 mosasaur. It wasn't a Tuso, but I had to tame it. Day 188, and I literally spent all day prepping to tame this mosa. Why are behemoth gates so expensive? And on day 189, I easily trapped and tamed the mosa. What? What? Day 190, and I felt invincible. I was the biggest creature in the ocean, and I felt that I could not die. But deep in the back of my mind, I knew I could. I'm the strongest thing in this ocean. I can kill basically anything. Oh, please, no. Please, please. It was over. I knew I was gonna die when I saw the fear in my Moses' eyes. I had failed, and it was a pretty lame way to die. But, oh well. There's always scorched earth.